work so you can play. MiniWarGaming Speed, the cooler, bat rap.
Eldar turn 5 begins, and the Exarch and his Guardian move along, but he does get to call in those Swooping Hawk one more time. They automatically come in, they drop a bomb, but it scatters well off, and this time they decide to stay, and so, oh no, he leaves one more time, figuring that if he has another chance on turn 6, he'll get to come back and kill all those Guardians, because he doesn't want to stand there while my Fire Warriors wander around, because they will just eat up his Swooping Hawks. He moves all of his spiders? What are they called? Warp spiders. That's what they're called. They move up behind my Devilfish, and his Farseer leaves the unit heading after my tank, and this Guardian runs to hold on the objective. And then the Pathfinders that are up top, they move over, planning on coming down on the objective in turn 6. So he shoots his guns into the back of my Devilfish, pretty much point blank, but he still misses because we can't aim. And I fail my dodges, or fail all 3 of my jinks, and so it blows up in 2 inches area. I try and wound his guys. I do a few wounds there, and he fails one of the saves, so one of his guys goes down, but there's 10 of those Fire Warriors in there, which he gets tons of wounds, but I make 3 out of 5. And so they land there. They pass their pinning check, though, so they will do that in a moment. But here's all the Fire Warriors. I try and deploy as far away from him in that difficult terrain as possible, because I know he's going to try and charge me. So if we can avoid that, that'd be great. But the surviving Fire Warriors pile out there. And now he's taking snap firing as he's flying away, and he does do 1 hit, and fails to do a glance. I make my cover save. Shooting a rocket now at those Pathfinders, or Fire Warriors who are piled up, and it ends up missing right out in the middle of the open. Now he shoots a few sniper shots from his snipers into the side of the tank. They miss, and now he charges into my Hammerhead with his Armorbane Farseer. These guys try and charge. I get a whole bunch of stand and shoot shots, and they fail to do any wounds, so he charges in, and he actually makes it on a 7. Exactly what he needed to make that charge. So the Warp Spiders come in, charging through the difficult terrain. I will get to go first because of the fact that he's going through difficult terrain, and I decide to challenge because he's got like a power weapon on this Exarch, so I figure if he's going to kill my guys, might as well only kill one. And this Fire Warrior Commander, if you may recognize him, does pretty good. He wound with both, but he makes his armor save, and because of that, he's going to get cut down pretty easily, which was quite unfortunate because he rolled like double 6s twice in a row for damage, so he really wanted to kill that Warp Spider. The rest of the Fire Warriors attack. They end up killing one of the Warp Spiders, and the Warp Spiders attack back. They get 3 hits and 1 wound, which I make. So we actually tie combat. He did 1 wound to me, and I did 1 wound to him, but we lost the one-armed commander. And so the other Farseer, he attacks my tank, rolling 2 dice for each attack because he does a bunch of pens, and it basically falls apart, but I actually survive. He only does the 2 glances. So the fight over here begins, and once again, fighting that Exarch against my broadsides, and the broadsides hitting and re-rolling because we outnumber him by so much, and wounding on 2s because they're strength 5, and they finally kill this guy. He fails his save. The Fire Warriors run off 6 inches, and the broadsides move 1. So the Fire Warriors are running down because they're going to try and run in and save the other Fire Warriors who are fighting all of the Warp Spiders. And the broadsides just kind of shimmy around because they're going to be sniping, trying to hit far off units. Tau turn 5 begins. It is quite possibly the last turn here, so hopefully we can get on these objectives. The Fire Warriors here, or rather the solo Fire Warrior, he fails his leadership on 3 instead of 2 and continues to run. And the other Fire Warriors, they basically start moving over to grab that objective, or they will in a moment. Battlesuit Commander, he moves through difficult terrain, coming back behind the wall, outside of the wall, because he's going to run over there, try and take a few shots. The Fire Warriors run over, grab this objective, and we have to roll off for it, and I believe that we roll in just a moment, or we forget to roll. It might not be on the camera. Oh, there it is. Skyfire Nexus. So every objective in this game was a Skyfire Nexus. And the Devilfish moves right up to try and kill off a few of those guys, get them off that objective. Fire Warriors come running right out of the, as far as they can, heading towards that close combat, because they're going to run in there and try and save their buddies who are in that close combat. I mean, like, 12-3, they should win, but who knows. And my commander tries to take a few pot shots at the Exarch, hits with his rockets, does 1 wound, but the Exarch does have a 4-up invuln, and he makes it. Which really, it would have been an instant death, and he didn't have fortune this time, so that sucks. And now my tank is trying to shoot, or the tank actually got destroyed. It was wrecked in the previous turn, so it's not actually alive at this point. And that was my Devilfish trying to shoot his Guardians, which failed. Now I shoot him with my broadsides, which are hitting on 4s twin linked, so they hit with both, and wounding on 2s, do 1 wound. He's got to make his 5-up cover save, which he fails. So we just totally destroy one of the Guardians. And now the other tank tries to shoot and does no wounds. The Fire Warriors now come charging into the back of the combat there. They just barely make it on a 7, running into that guy who's not in the difficult terrain, because that's the closest model. So the rest of them pile in behind, and they come basically running in, knowing that they're probably not going to win this combat, but might as well try and do a few wounds, see if we can carry it until the Battlesuit Commander can get in there and win it for them. So they all move up as far as they can, making way pretty much, because we want to have the Commander to still be in 2-inch reach, or the squad leader, so he's still within 2 inches, so he challenges fighting the Exarch so he can take all the hits for the team. Exarch swings away, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, instantly killing that Commander, but he only did 1 wound. Now all the other Striking Scorpions get to attack, and they do 1 wound, but I fail my armor save, or I have to make my armor save now. I end up failing 1, so I lose 1 more guy. And now all the Fire Warriors get to move their 3 inches to pile in. And we can't attack his Exarch because he's technically in a challenge, so we're going everything on those 2 Warp Spiders who are not in the challenge. And if we can kill both of them, we'll actually win this combat. So I've got like 16, 17 Fire Warriors here. Pretty likely I might actually do a wound, especially because the charging ones will have 2 attacks each, so they're hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s as well, because he's only toughness 3. So we get a bunch of hits, and now we're rolling to wound, and we get a bunch of wounds, not nearly as many as I would have liked. So he's got a 3-up armor save against these, and he makes all but 1. So only 1 guy dies, and that means we tied combat, or actually I lost combat, but they're leadership 10 thanks to the Battlesuit Commander. So they're rolling on 9s. Does the game end? And it does. So that is the end of this 2,000 point game, and looking at the board, it is actually the Eldar who win because they are holding 2 objectives to the Tau's 1. So stay tuned for the after show and the post game, Vault members. Happy Wargaming. Alright, MiniWargamers, that is the end of this 2,000 point 40k bat rep, and Tau lost.
That's right.
Yep, they lost to Eldar.
The young upstarts.
It had to happen. Somebody had to beat them. Other than, I'm not going to tell you about that because I don't know when this video is going to go up, so we don't know which order they may be. But yeah, if you want to get your own Eldar or Tau army, click the link below, and remember miniwargaming.com/challenge, and because you won, you're now going to get a $50 essential gift certificate.
Nice.
Store credit.
Points.
Yeah. Points.
Sweet.
Points. Points are good. It's free money here. And stay tuned, Vault members, for the post game. Happy Wargaming.